How do you measure a person's success? How do you measure a person's success? I'm going to say hello really quickly for a few seconds to my inner circle members and my people on chat. And then I'll be right back. Hello, Craig. Thank you so much. Hi, Bill, Deborah, Arthur, Jerome, John. Hello, my son, Matthew. Hi, Jody, Mary, Karen. Hi, Mike. Hey, Kai. Hi, Eric, Peter, Melody, Lisa Marie. I love and appreciate you guys so much. Wow, those seconds went by fast. So let's get started. Hello, my name is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's subject is how do you measure a person's success? How do you measure a person's success? Now, what I think is really unique, there's a website I tell people to go to sometimes. It's called 16personalities.com. It's 1 and a 6. And one of the things that's very unique in life that I have figured out is that if we say words like love, LOVE, if we say words like success, if we say words like happiness or fulfillment, whenever we say any of these words, do you realize that you're so unique? You're so unique. There's no one that has your DNA. There's no one that acts like you, thinks like you. There's no one that's got fingerprints like you. And so what's really bizarre is that we're this unique individual, but yes, yet we listen to other people's opinions on what success is. See, I truly believe that the only way that you can measure another person's success is if you take the time to sit down and write what you believe success is. See, I tell everyone in the world that if you knew what you truly wanted in life, and which, by the way, most people figure out what they want by very simply writing a list of things that they don't want. So there's a lot of us throughout our career and throughout our life, we say, I think I want that. No, I don't. I think I want that. No, I don't. So then what really, really happens to people is people spend a majority of their time thinking about what they don't want. So if you take the time to watch a video, it's one of the best videos out there. It's the most listened to audio of all times. And it first came out, of course, on LP. And it's The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. And so they say if you listen to this every day you would listen to this one audio, then what's going to happen is what you're going to understand is the strangest secret, or the secret is that you become or you get what you think about the most. Did you guys follow that? So most people are thinking, I don't want this to happen, and I don't want this to happen, and I don't want this to happen. And I'm so sad that this is happening. And I wish this would stop happening. And see, they're always focused on the wrong things. So if you really measured a person's success, who inspires you? Who inspires you? I brought this up on an AMA that I did yesterday, Ask Me Anything. And the thing that really, really came to grips with me is a lot of people will respect and look at other people in admonishment and go, oh my God, they did this thing, they did this thing, they did this thing. And they look at that as what is called success, when they don't realize that the person that did that didn't get success. I'll give you an example. Being on a cover of a magazine, a lot of people don't realize that there's companies out there right now that I could give money to, and they'll put an article in for me on success. They'll put an article in for me for Forbes, business magazines, Wall Street. You can pay for advertising. And everybody went, I know you can pay for advertising. So when people say, listen, I've been on this TV, I've been on this TV, I've been in this magazine, I've been on this magazine, I've been in this magazine, all you got to do is pay for that. And a lot of people go, are you kidding me? I didn't know that. Well, at one time in my career, about 2011, 2012, I wanted to impact more people. And so people said, Robert, you know how you do that? What? You become an author. If you become an author, that's because you say, well, listen, I'm an author, right? I'm an author. Well, I not only have 2 books on Amazon, we turn those into audiobooks, which are on audible.com. And I also translated them into Spanish. Do you know how much I have personally made by being an author? Zero. You can go to roberthollis.com/free and get a free copy of this book. The reason that I'm bringing that up is a lot of people are looking at people and they're measuring their success by the pictures of them on the internet going on vacations, or maybe they're buying, brand name clothes, or maybe they have, a website. And people go, wow, for me to be successful, then I guess I got to buy fancy clothes. I got to buy nice jewelry. I got to buy a nice handbag. I got to go on vacations, because that is how I measure someone's success. Is it really? See, and I get it. I get it. When I was an auto mechanic and I got hurt, there was a lot of things that impressed me. There was a lot of things that impressed me that I just didn't know that I didn't know. When someone won accolades, or someone got a pin, or someone got a trophy. See, whenever they did stuff like this, I was going, oh my God, they walked the stage. You know what I mean? In my mind, oh my God, this must be a very successful person. Well, people have life that goes up and down. We all got life that goes up and down. And so, I used to be impressed by someone's clothing, someone's accolades, somebody's not only trophies, but their the way they dress, their the travel that they had. Then I realized that when I got to the top of that company, and Jody, thank you so much. I love and appreciate you so much. Then the older I got, the more I realized that I didn't want those things. A lot of people don't want a fancy handbag, crocodile shoes, a Rolex watch. You know what I mean? There's a lot of other things that people would rather have. And so all of a sudden, I started looking for what I thought, instead of thinking of the word success, a word that really works incredible for me right now is fulfillment. If you do your due diligence and go out there and look in the dictionary under the word fulfillment, that there's other things that maybe are important, like contribution. So then all of a sudden, I started winning awards that had to do with my contribution to the people that were close to me. And then all of a sudden, I started getting awards for giving to charity. And so now all of a sudden, it's like those are more fulfilling to me than walking across the stage. Does this make sense to any of you? And then the reason I try and continue to try, and I'm doing, to make a system simple so people can go, wow, is that all you do? I would like to do that. So now, you go to, the app, right? And I can click in the app and go in here. And there's a place in our website that's called New Rank Ups. Let me get that going. There we go. And so what's really neat is when you can see how many people on a monthly basis are getting rank advances. So that means all these people in Hungary and Romania and Nigeria and America and Germany and Ghana. And when all of a sudden you got like 73 people that hit a new rank advance, to me, as I get older, become wiser, Today, if I was telling you what to look for, see, because you can go on the internet and Google Robert Hollis. I'm making money. My family makes money. You also can go to documentationbeatsconversation.com, and you also can see that when I make money, I give money away. I give a lot of money away. But those two things are personal. You see what I mean? Helping other people get their first belief check, helping people get their product for free, helping people get into profit. And all of a sudden, my measurement for success is looking at individuals that I know that are the greatest of all time in the industry that I'm in, where they have 1.5 million. You heard me correct. 1,500,000 people subscribed on subscription and doing hundreds of millions in volume on a monthly basis, not a year. People that have built a legacy for their family. And so I could show you that I make money, but I think in this day and age, it's better for you to see me interact with people, for me to take the time. I just got off of Zoom, and I knew I was going to do this for a subject, but I just got off of Zoom with 126 people from Hungary, Slovenia, Romania, multiple translators on there. And it's just to see this group of people in two of the poorest countries in Europe that are just changing their lives and their legacy for their family forever. So if you don't know what your definition of success is, and you don't know what you want, then how can you figure out how to follow an individual that inspires you to live the life that they're living if you really don't know what you want? So let me share with you a couple of ones that went on AI, artificial intelligence. And can't you tell a person's success and happiness based on their personal fulfillment and happiness? So I went into AI and I say, measuring someone's success. How do you measure someone's success? And I love what it says. Measuring someone's success can be quite subjective because it depends largely on the individual values and goals. However, here's a couple of several common approaches. So personal fulfillment and happiness. Don't you guys see people that, they're just so passionate because they love what they do. They just love what they do. I love watching people that I find that found their niche, that found their purpose, to find their passion, to find their muse, right? Because when you find those people, it's like you don't want to disturb them and actually get them to do something else, because you can see their happiness and the joy that they get out of doing what they're doing. This perspective focuses on whether an individual feels content, feels fulfilled in their life. It includes personal happiness, a sense of purpose, and feeling like they're making a positive impact. A positive impact. It could be for animals. It could be for trees. It could be for the environment. So again, that might not be you, but you better figure out if it's you. Because that's how you find the right mentor, is you find the right mentor that is doing what you would like to do. Does that make sense? Achievement and personal goals. Success is measured by how well a person meets their personal objectives, whether it's related to a career, education, family, or personal development. I really love this one because when Terry and I were young, in our 20s, We both wrote goals, both wrote visions. Vision inspires success in others now. And Terry wanted to be married, happily married, have children, and be a great mother. Man, that was her vision. And in my opinion, she knocked it out of the park and she continues to do so. That gives her so much fulfillment and happiness and connection. All my wife's needs are met by her doing what she wants to do. And me, how I helped her make that happen is to make sure that she didn't have to get a job, that she didn't have to be away from her children. You got what I'm saying? And so, very interesting to find out what's important to you, because some of you might be trying to just make money when you really don't know what you really truly want. So if you're looking at what you're doing as a job with the wrong attitude and you don't have anything to look forward to, you're not going to move forward. So now you just stay in this habitual loop of never ever getting anywhere because you really don't know what you want. Pretty interesting, huh? Personal accomplishments. In career context, success might be measured by personal achievements, such as promotion, recognition, achievement, or financial earnings. See, my whole life, when I first started in this industry, or even as a mechanic, accolades was everything for me. The reason why that I wanted to understand the science of getting rich, the science of achievement. You understand? Is because this was going to be a way that I could prove to the world that I felt I needed to impress, to feel like they went, wow, I should have been more part of your life because look how great of a person you are. So at one time in my life, these were extremely important. The rings, the $1 million rings, everything. But then when I got them, it was like, that didn't do anything for me. But I didn't know until I got them, right? And so the next one is contribution to society. Another way to gauge success is to consider an individual's impact on society, such as through volunteer work, philanthropy, influencing positive change in their community and field. So then all of a sudden, I got in this great big deal where I'm going, listen, I get a lot of fulfillment, makes me cry when I see someone that I've influenced and helped walk the stage, get a rank advance. Watching these people, I think we got pretty close to 500 of them already this year, like 482, and got December left. So when I see people that I've inspired to get on stage and get a award, then I sort of became science of achievement on that. What I thought, wouldn't it be cool that when they gave away awards to the top 10 people, that everyone on stage was a person in my organization? And I pulled that off many, many, many times. It was all of a sudden this whole thing where if I help other people get the ranks and get other people to hit the top, then now my income went berserk. See, that's when all of a sudden I went from 50, 60,000, 100,000 a year to 100,000 a month, is when I started focusing on helping other people achieve what they want. Little bit of a problem with that is most people don't know what they want. So if people don't know what they want, then they're not going to follow a proven system and a way to get there, because they don't know if they want to be a brand, an author, a seminar speaker, a life coach, a blog person, a YouTube person, an Instagram person, a social media person. What they want to be is they want to be everything to all people. So what they want to do is try to impress the world with the amount of followers that they have on social media, that they're an author, that they got a website, that they got a logo, that they have a brand. Man, that sounds very self-serving, right? Now, how would I know that? Because I got all those. My son gave me an incredible compliment the other day when we were doing our interview, my interview on the podcast. And he's going, Dad, you look at things and you go, let's do that. And then we hit. And then we do this and hit and do this and hit. Because I want to find out the things that the world said that I needed to accomplish to look at the rest of the world and look at me and go, he's successful. So it would be I've been on TV. I've been on the major networks. I've been on ABC Worldwide of Sports. I've been on CBS with Barbara Walters and Hugh Downs on 2020. I've been in commercials. If someone said there was a way for me to make a bigger impact into people's lives, I've done it. I've been on covers of magazines. So it is funny because there's two ways to learn in life. Through your mistakes, your personal mistakes, or through other people's mistakes. I find it very interesting that people want to go, I see he did it or she did it, and she's saying it's not there, but I'm just going to do it anyway. It is pretty interesting that a person would rather learn through their mistakes instead of other people's mistakes. So there you go. A lot of people would value someone's success based on their balance in life. So success can be evaluated by how well they get along with their spouse, how well they get along with their significant other, how well they get along with their family, personal interests. So, a lot of people say, what's most important to me is family, right? So people say, you should make money so you're not in despair and you can retire your spouse and make enough money, so you do the things that you love to do with the people that you love to do it with. And people are like, nah, I'm not into, they're on their own. But I think that some people look at me and they see the way that I get along with Matthew and Hannah, and the way that I get along with my sons, and how I get along with my grandkids, how I get along with you, my inner circle members, my affiliates, my my tribe, my family. Family's more to me than just my immediate family, and my a lot of people in my family are on this and will see this live and recorded, and I love and appreciate you, and I try to tell you that all the time. All right. Resilience and growth. So the ability to overcome challenges and grow from experiences can also be a measure of success. How many of you, this is like a big one for me, how many of you are inspired by other people going through ups and downs in their life and going through incredible trauma and incredible, bad situations, and they just keep winning? They just keep winning. So when you see somebody that's mentally challenged or they've lost their limbs, you know what I mean? Don't have any arms or legs. They do stuff that seem unhuman. That one guy that I talked about, that he went with his buddy. He was a vet, and he went with his buddy to an archery contest. And he watched these people shooting bow and arrows, and he's going, are you kidding me? That person won $200,000 from winning the archery contest. He goes, that's what I'm going to do. And the guy went, well, there's a little problem. You don't have any arms. They got blown off when you're serving for your country. And he's like, well, I'll figure out how to do it with my feet, and my legs. And did it. So when someone inspires people by doing what we feel is humanly impossible, right? We get inspired by those people, and a lot of them end up being, motivational speakers because they just say, you need to get over your little why cranny problems and find something a little more challenging. Pre Peer and community recognitions. Sometimes success is measured by recognition and respect to one receiving peers and community. One of the things I found very interesting about being in, getting into the Hall of Fame was that you needed to have other people that were in it already to actually not only nominate you, but then it goes through a few individuals that are already there. So now all of a sudden, when you get praise and recognition and accolades from people that have already done what you've done, right? That becomes pretty incredible. I'll never forget when Richard Petty, that's won 200, races in NASCAR and won 7 world championships. So when he was asked who was the best NASCAR driver, he said Jimmy Johnson. And I believe they said, well, he's only won 79 races. Yeah, but he said, when I won races, we had the dominant car. No one had the cars that we had. So he looked at Jimmy Johnson as winning the same world championships as 7 as him, as a better driver than him, because NASCAR had done its best to try to make all the cars equal. Isn't that impressive? So when you look at someone that you think's the best, and then they say you're the best, that peer and community from other people is pretty impressive. And then the last one, of course, that I sometimes lead with, I still don't know why people listen to amateurs. Here is an amateur to me. An amateur is an individual. See, this is my definition of measuring success. If a person hasn't sponsored, not recruited, that's another video. If a person sponsored another human being that's never been in the industry or doing what they did, and they sort of do an apprentice, right? And they get that individual to a full-time income. To me, that's a professional. So in my industry, I believe that it's not you making money, it's your ability to help other people make a full-time income. Now, when I found out that in Nigeria, Hungary, Romania, that people are, making $750 a month US, and other countries it's less. And when you could take an individual that's never made money in this industry and all of a sudden get them where they can quit their job and do this full time, that's a professional. See, if you have a professional basketball player that's making millions, that's a different level of success. Are you listening to me? When you got someone like Phil Jackson, that not only has won multiple world championships, but then decided to become a coach. And then he's taught other people like Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman and Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. See, when you see someone that does it and then does it again, there's another person, Steve Kerr. See, Steve Kerr was on this championship team with the Bulls from Phil Jackson. But then he went into coaching, and he went into coaching for the Warriors. And now you got Stephen Curry, Durant. There's people that have won world championships being under the tutelage of someone that won one themselves. So I look at success as how many people did that individual, creating something simple that people can duplicate. How many people have they helped get to a full-time income doing the exact thing that they're doing? All right. So financial stability, you guys have seen me over and over and over again show my documentation. Um, but my measure of accomplishments is when I see how many people rank advanced. All the 73 people that ranked advanced last month, and almost, I think, is 482 people so far this year. Every person that hits a rank made a very significant income compared to other people in the home-based business. So that's the way that I measure it, right? I'll just finish up on the end here. Each of these approaches has its merits. Often the combination of these factors might be the best way to access one's success. It's important to recognize that success is a personal concept and can vary greatly from one person to another. So to close up this video, if you don't know what you want, you're never going to get it. If you focus all day on what you don't want, you get that. So you got to clearly know what you want. And it's okay if you learn to want things, you vision them. Vision inspires success in others now. And you got to get excited about that vision. And then find somebody that's already done what you would like to do. And as you learn from them, find someone that's documented in helping other people accomplish the same thing they did. So you got like a martial arts instructor and they become a black belt and they help other people become black belts. What would be really successful is when their black belts help other people become black belts. See, that's my definition of leaving a legacy of success. So mine has changed a lot from the time that I wanted to be accomplished at something to where I am now. Just a real quick thing. Things that I used to do for individual success, like being a black belt and helping my sons, Matthew and Kyle, become black belts. You know, winning a race in NHRA, National Hot Rod Association. See, when doing that was not fulfilling to me, even though I've even won as part of a team that won the Michigan 500 in an Indy car. And that's when I realized that those were self-fulfilling. See, it was like, hey, I won a race. Hey, I was part of a team that won a race. How can you teach other people to do that? So now you see layers, because when I talk about Richard Petty now, or I talk about Roger Penske, my first mentor, you'll notice I say he's a billionaire because he's worth billions, but I'm more impressed that he's won 18 Indianapolis 500 with 12 different drivers. I might be a little off on those numbers, but that just means to me that he's helped 12 people, and that's just an Indy car. You know, last year, Ryan Blaney, or this year, Ryan Blaney won the NASCAR Cup. And before that was John Logano. So to think that 2 years in a row, he's also won the world championship in NASCAR. So this guy is helping a lot of people fulfill their dreams. Who have you helped achieve their dream? And here's the biggest point of all. You don't have to know how to do certain things to get people in the right path of achieving their dreams, what they want, what they consider success. You can help them understand this video and say, listen, what do you want? I don't know what I want. That's what most people say. No, tell me what you want. That's the reason for the plan. Tell me what you want. And then you can put them in front of people that can help them get what they want. And if you're in the right kind of company like me, by finding what people want through the plan and then putting them in front of somebody to help them get what they want, that can achieve one of the things, which is no longer worrying about finances. So I love and appreciate you. I believe in you. I believe in you. If I can do it, you can do it. And if no one's giving you permission to be happy and fulfilled and successful, let me be the first. My mentors did that for me. And do me a huge personal favor, share this video with other people, because a lot of people are just jealous and they hate on people because they figured out how to achieve a level of success. So then they beat up on them because they don't know how to do it. Maybe if they knew this step-by-step way of how to be able to get what they want, they wouldn't be so worried about what other people want. Pretty interesting, right? See you on the next video, and bye for now.